Okay, I want to go back to the marketing genius part and just get your thoughts on if he can sell anything and he can do all this, why could he never do it after Tupac and Dre left? And of course, we could say, well, he was in jail for all those years, but when he came back, he never was able to do anything. Can you explain that a little bit?
Well, that's because he was trying to be the business part as well. I always tell you, he wasn't a business guy. That was Reggie Wright and David Kenner. And Sharitha at the beginning, David Kenner at the middle, and Reggie Wright at the end that were making those decisions. And then having Interscope to fulfill the agreement for him. He lost all that. And he lost all that. And so that's why he was trying to do a dual role. And that's why, because if you think about the things that he was doing with putting corrupt, talking about he's president now on the death row and having left eye and they being on 106 in Park and talking about that and the interview that he did with when 106 in Park with my girl Lisa Ray and Tretch, I think it was, and stuff like that. That was all creative and setting up well. The Nina, coming up with the name for Nina and all of that. The Left Eye, all of that was he was ready and set. He just didn't have nobody to make to execute the agreement well, or to put it out there. Uh, is what I get is what my response would be to that. But if Suge, and then nobody want to fuck with him. He had lost all the business contact. People didn't want to mess with him anymore because the time had changed. What I mean by you used to could show up to people's houses and threaten them and get stuff down. But in the 2000s, there was a law on the books called terrorist threats, where you had to be mindful of that, and that he was on parole and all of that. Uh, the bankruptcy really hurt him. Suge Knight right now could still be okay. Okay, if he would have listened to me in 2002, 2003, when I told him, let's shut all this shit down, dog. Let's just live off the masters. Suge Masters back then, and this is before ringtones and and downloads. Suge was generating $6 million a year just then. He could have lived off that. God forbid the deals that he could have got from ringtones and then downloads now. The downloads and stuff. If he would have kept everything going, but he still wanted to try to do the business thing and create and do artists and stuff like that. And then he wanted to play attorney and not deal with Harrio and that judgment, which was a simple fix. Just like Interscope got out of that deal, he could have easily got out of that deal because he had already gave that nigga money. Yeah, hear all these money hunter niggas talking about how they came up there and got $500,000 checks and all of that for Harrio. If that's halfway true, Harrio has been paid. That's all he had to show him. They wasn't talking about bags of cash. They would have just shown the checks and been like, this is what that check was for. We paid him his money back. A judge would have went for that. A judge, but he didn't want to fight it and deal with it. And he tried to play attorney. And it backfired on him. And he got $107 million judgment. That's why Suge's broke. That's the only reason he got broke, because the system gave him a faulty judgment. So, yeah, that's the answer to the question on that. But I never said he was a great business mind as far as dotting the I's and contracts and stuff like that. But creatively, being a marketing genius, yeah, he was. And I debate that with anybody. As much as I shit on him and talk about him, he was that. giving those guys their names, giving them their images and stuff like that. He did all of that.